What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 52, and we start today's episode off with a game against Troyes here, away from home, back in the league, coming on the back of that 4-0 victory in the Coupe de Ligue final against Stade Rennais. That gave us our first ever major honour with Paris FC, and as you can see, with just 4 games to go in the league, we're taking on Troyes, and we are top of the table by 2 points. So 2 points clear of our rivals PSG, but of course we do know they had a better head-to-head record, and because of that, we may have to be perfect and win all of our 4 remaining games, because say we win 3 and draw the other one, if PSG win their remaining 4 games, they'll win the title on their head-to-head ruling. So because of that, we know we can't afford any slip-ups between now and the end of the season, and that's why just in the first minute of this game, I was delighted to see us already notch up the first goal of the game, with Thierry Ambrose scoring his 19th league goal of the season, and what a perfect start. One of my fastest goals ever in FIFA. Troyes passed the ball backwards, Ambrose latched onto a terrible pass, ran through one-on-one, and smashed the ball right down the middle, and the goalkeeper couldn't get anything on it. So Troyes 0, Paris FC 1, and what a start to the game, scoring directly from an opposition kickoff. So that was fantastic, and Ambrose right there showing the hustle. We put 4 past Stade Rennais. Thierry Ambrose didn't score a single goal, so he was hurt because of that. Wanted to score at least once in the final. Sommer denied him on 2 separate occasions, but for this game, literally right out of the blocks, he just came flying, won the ball back, and scored the opening goal. So what a start. Troyes 0, Paris FC 1, as we go in search of our domestic double in our 3rd season with the French side. And in 26 minutes as well, we won ourselves a free kick. Yannick Giron was standing over it. It was 27 yards out. Little Yannick Giron scored his first goal in professional football from a free kick, and he's also going to score from this free kick as well. The goalkeeper, in my opinion, though, should have saved it. It wasn't a bad effort from the little guy, but the goalkeeper just doesn't shuffle his feet anywhere quickly enough. And as he does get across, he gets 2 strong hands on it, and you'd think he should save it, to be honest, but the angle wasn't really for him. He didn't really seem to position his wall very well either, I thought, personally speaking. But either way, as you can see, Giron curls the ball over it, and as the goalkeeper gets across there, I mean, should he be saving that? Am I being a little bit too critical here? It's a good strike. It is a good strike, but I think the goalkeeper's angles are wrong for that free kick, really. But either way, he doesn't save it. Giron scores. Maybe I'm being too critical. Sometimes I am, I know. But Giron scores anyway, and that is now his 5th goal in his rookie year. So really pleased with him this season. He's been fantastic for us, and he does make it Troyes 0, Paris FC 2. Sadly for us, though, Troyes would get themselves back in the game just 9 minutes before the break. A bit of a defensive collapse here. They came forward, there was a deflected pass, and as it fell towards the number 23, Barmy comes out to meet him, but as you can see, he can't get there on time. The number 23 takes it around him and rifles the ball into the back of the net, and Pound J can't get anything on it. So number 23, Fabien Camus, is that how you pronounce that? Makes it Troyes 1, Paris FC 2, and gets the home side back in the game and reduces the deficit. So at halftime, as you can see here, they dominated possession, 64% of it in favour of the home side, and they weren't playing too bad either. And in the second half, Camus, who scored in the first half, had a great chance to double his goal tally and make it 2-2 and single-handedly get his side back on their returns, but he spurned the shot though and put it way off target, so still 2-1. And just past Yalmark here, we had a great chance to respond and put our 2-goal lead back in for us here as Boga got on the end of this cross. Great save with the goalkeeper Petric though, making up for his error from the free kick, or I would say error from the free kick, and keeping it at just 2-1. We would have the winner back of the net for a 3rd time with 8.5 minutes to go. Thierry Ambrose scored his 2nd goal of the game, went to celebrate with the fans, but sadly for us, those celebrations were cut short. Ambrose looking for his 20th league goal of the season, did find the back of the net, but the linesman's flag denied him the goal, and as you can see, he was right as well to do so. Then Gomez played the ball forward, and he was about a yard offside, so correct decision, still 2-1, but in the end it didn't matter. We still held on for the win and collected the 3 points, so delighted with that. Back-to-back wins and a really important 3 points for us, so a great win there. Again, we may have to be perfect between now and the end of the season to win this league title. That was a good game for us. Troyes didn't play too badly at all, dominated possession, but I think we deserved it, and we did get the 3 points as well, so really pleased with that. Great to see Ambrose notch up once again. As you can see, following the game as well, we could see that Paris Saint-Germain had actually slipped up once again, because you'll see the league table in just a moment's time. They failed to win again, and as you can see, we are going to be about, I think it's 3 or possibly 4 points clear. You'll see in a minute regardless, and actually think about it, it might be 5 points clear. We're still a few points clear regardless. You see the league table in just a moment's time, and with just 3 games to go, we have a massive chance of going on to win the title. And I know last season I choked. I know know last season I choked. We were top of the table with about 13 games to go. We were playing well. We were a few points ahead, and then I completely threw it away. But this season, we've won the Coupe de Ligue. We've got a trophy in our bag. We want a second one, and we have got a massive chance to do it with 3 games to go. But either way, we signed some players to our academy there, and then saw again we have another training injury. Unfortunately for us, Dembele got an injury in the Coupe de Ligue final. St. Maximin's out for 5 months now. Boscagli is also going to go in the treatment room. He is out for 7 days, so that's a real shame. It's another injury for us, and right now, we are not getting a luck with injuries. St. Maximin out for the rest of the season. Dembele's most likely going to miss all the games for the rest of the season. He might possibly come back for the Monaco game, which is the final game of the season, but it's going to be touch and go, really. And now Boscagli is going to miss our next game. So 3 players injured for our next game. Not good to see, but just one of those things, sadly. And all 3 of those players, too, do play an important role in our matchday squad. So frustrated with that, but regardless, here's the squad report. You can see how the players currently doing. Little Yannick Giron out to a 69 overall. It's going to be so sad when this series ends, and I know that I won't be able to nurture his talent anymore because I've trained him a couple of times, but all of his growth has been natural. He's grown to a 69 already, 5 in one season, 5 ratings in one season. He's played so well. He's got the potential to be special. I said before, I think he could be one of my best ever youth players. So now I won't be able to nurture him anymore. It's a bit of a shame. But either way, little Yannick Giron's growing, as are the rest of the players too. And as you can see, there are 4 points separating us and PSG. I know it was 3, 4, or 5. Had to be one of those. But 4 points separating us and PSG. They did draw the last game. And as you can see, 4 points clear, 3 games to go. That means we win 2 of our final 3 games. We will be champions regardless if PSG win their final 3. So just 2 of 3 wins are needed from the final 3 games. And it's just, we can't afford to throw it away now. You know, the race for the title is only a 2-foot race right now, 2-horse race, I should say. It is a foot race between the both sides, but we can't afford to throw it away now. I threw it away last season. I'm not going to let it happen again. We take on Stade Rennais here for our penultimate home game of the year and the 36th game of the season, taking on Stade Rennais. Of course, in the last episode, beat them in the Coupe de Ligue final by 4-0. So coming into this game, we were desperately going to be hoping for another win against Stade Rennais, hoping for another win. I wasn't really sure what game would be bigger, really, the cup final or this one, because a win in this game would be massive for us. But of course, winning the cup final was huge as well. But either way, taking on Stade Rennais here. 15 minutes in, though, the away side did have the first chance of the game. They did basically nothing in the Coupe de Ligue final other than 1 chance. But in this game here, already having the first chance of the game in the first half, we can carve out any opportunities, though, in the first half. But in the second half, how about this? Just 2 minutes after the restart, we get the opening goal of the game from a free kick. Corchia launches the ball into the centre, and hands up, who thought little Yannick Giron would get on the end of the free kick? He is the smallest player on the pitch. He's the smallest player on the pitch. 5'6", little Yannick Giron. Very small indeed. That's why I call him little Yannick Giron, believe it or not. And he ends up winning the header in the centre in a crowd of bodies. He pops up out of nowhere like he's got springs in his boots and wins the header and puts it past the goalkeeper Jan Sommer and makes it Paris FC 1, Stade Rennais 0. Out of all the players I was aiming for in the box, little Yannick Giron was not the one I was aiming for, but he won the header, flicked it on, put it past Jan Sommer. No wonder Martial comes across to celebrate with him. It's his first headed goal and probably his only headed goal in his career, as he gets his 6th of the season and makes it Paris FC 1, Stade Rennais 0. So we take the lead in a massive game through little Yannick Giron heading the ball in. This season just gets weirder and weirder. But either way, Paris FC 1, Stade Rennais 0. And as the game was coming to its close here, Stade Rennais forced loads of bodies forward, and after they gave the ball away, we led a one-man counter-attack through Thierry Ambrose, and he didn't need any support, as you can see. He goes through all the way, takes it round the last defender, and beats Jan Sommer as well. And with 2.5 minutes to go, secures the 3 points in a massive game, gets his 2nd goal in 2, and makes it Paris FC 2, Stade Rennais 0. So what a lovely goal this was by Ambrose. He had one defender to beat, and he took it round him, hurdled over the slide challenge, went through one-on-one, kept his composure, and found the back of the net. So what a lovely solo goal from Ambrose there, picking the ball up inside his own half, going all the way, and what a great finish as well. So that's now goal number 20 in the season. Not as good as his first 2 seasons for Paris FC, that is for sure. I'll be the first to admit that, but either way, he's surely going to be Paris FC's top scorer, and he's surely going to win the Ligue and Golden Boot as well. So Paris FC 2, Stade Rennais 0. The away side didn't play too badly in all fairness. On another day, could have got themselves a point. We took our chances, they didn't. That was the key, and we claim another win. So delighted with that. And following the game as well, as you could see, Nantes did lose to PSG as well by 2-1. So because of that, PSG are pushing us all the way. They are not giving up on the title race as things stand, but we are still ahead by 4 points with 2 games to go, which meant coming into this game here away at Bastia, the penultimate game of the season, Bastia are rock bottom. They are already relegated. A win in this game would ensure that we win the title regardless of what PSG did. So we had a chance to win the title tonight and ensure that we would have the trophy before the final game. So taking on Bastia, bottom versus top, you'd put all your money on us to win this game. We did have to make some changes though. Even though Bastia haven't won all season long, we'd have to make some changes which I wasn't too pleased about due to fitness reasons. This game was coming in midweek between the final game and the game against Stade Rennais. But how about this though? 30 minutes in, deja vu, because just like in the last game against Stade Rennais, we get our first goal from a free kick by the halfway line, floated into the centre. It wasn't little Yannick Giron who got on the end of this. He wasn't even on the pitch for this game, but it was Sebastian Corchia who headed it in for his first goal of the season. And our right back, our most expensive signing ever, does make it Bastia 0, Paris FC 1. So I rested a lot of players for this game. I thought we'd be okay though, taking on the bottom side in the league right now, who are already rock bottom, already relegated, no wins all season long, and what a great start. Fullback to fullback, Latour to Corchia, and it is Bastia 0, Paris FC 1. We only led though for 4 minutes because Bastia got themselves back on level terms through an absolutely beautiful strike from their number 19. It was a really simple goal. I forced Martial out of position and they played the ball around me, and this is the side bottom of the table, but just look at this move from the bird's eye view camera. This was really nice, and the goal was unbelievable. I mean, Barmy's a great goalkeeper. I've been training him constantly, but there is nothing he can do about that. An extraordinary goal by the number 19, and for a side already rock bottom and relegated, for a side who haven't won a game all season long, I mean, what an incredible strike that was, right out of the top drawer. I certainly didn't expect it, and it's Bastia 1, Paris FC 1. We almost got ourselves back in front here directly from kickoff. Boga received the ball and went for goal, but sadly dragged his shot just wide the post and behind for a goal kick. With a minute and a half to go though before the break, it was still 1-1, but as Bastia came forward once again here, I mean, seriously, Barmy has been beaten for the second time in the game, and for both goals, he had absolutely no chance. Diao with the goal, who makes it 2-1, and as you can see, with just 40 seconds to go before the break, you'll see it once again from this camera angle. Look at this for a strike. I mean, Barmy has literally no chance. It is right into the top drawer. Both goals were phenomenal, and number 2 gets his 8th goal of the season and does make it Bastia 2, Paris FC 1. So we were trailing going into the break against a side who hadn't won all year long in a game which could secure the title for us. So talk about a meltdown. 2-1 to the home side, but for both goals though, you can't blame me too much. Unbelievable strikes, and the home side do have a shock lead. So 2-1, just past the Almark Bongongu, almost got us back on level terms there. His header going just wide the post and behind for a goal kick though. But with 17 minutes to go, as you can see, I get the ball away here. Latour's pass is intercepted, and as Bastia go on the break, they give it to Diao, and for the second time in the game, and the third time overall for a Bastia player, but the second time for this number 2, he runs to the cameraman, shushes me down the lens, and I was effectively silent at this point. There are very few times where I lose my cool, but watching these replays, you can forgive me for being extremely angry like I was at the time, because as you can see here, Bastia come forward with 0 wins all season long, league's lowest scorers I believe as well. All 3 goals they scored against Barmy, who was a fantastic goalkeeper, came from outside the area, and there was nothing the goalkeeper could do for either of the 3 attempts, any of the 3 attempts I should say. Unbelievable strikes, and for the home fans, they could not believe it. They're going to beat top of the table Paris FC by 3-1, and it was just a game where it felt like there was nothing I could do to win, because every time I came forward, yes, we'd scored the first goal of the game and made it 1-0, a distant memory at this point, but every time I came forward and tried to score, I just couldn't hit the target. But for Bastia, they had 3 shots on target in the entire game, and all 3 of which found the back of the net, and there was nothing that Barmy could do about it. It just felt like a game that I was destined to lose right from minute 1, despite the fact the home side hadn't recorded a single win in 36 games. They do get it in match day 37 though, and you better believe that come the end of the game, I was literally as frustrated as I possibly could have been. There are very few times that I get genuinely angry playing FIFA, but this was one of those games. I could have secured the title, I bottled it, we lost the game by 3-1, but for all 3 of those goals, there was nothing Barmy could have done. But either way, as you can see, going into the final day, cause PSG drew their game away against against Stade Reims. We are still favourites to win the title. We're top by 3 points. All we need on the final day is 1 point, and we will guarantee the title. All we've got to do is draw against Monaco, who are the current champions, and we will guarantee the league title. But that is going to be today's episode of Club and Country, though, guys. So thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. Episode number 53 is the final one of the season, so look forward to that. It'll be coming out tomorrow. Thanks for watching this episode, though. Please do leave a like if you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the final episode of Club and Country tomorrow afternoon. Let's not bottle it, please. Let's not bottle it.